Now let me cover Lab 1. So Lab 1 is about material management master data. In this lab, students will learn how to create products such as finished product and semi-finished product and raw materials. Those are things you are going to create in this SAP lab. So let's first create finished product called RFRT 1000. So I'm going to click here, say I'm going to go through, say, for your sake, let me go through where to find the function. So it's under production, master, data, and material master, and material, and you see create. If you click or expand it, you will see various creation material master data. So you are creating raw material, semi-finished product, or finished product. So I'm going to start with MMF1, which is finished product, and double click on it. And it is going to lead you to another page where you can create this new product. If you go there, then you can now enter name called RFRT 1000-222. That's my ID, right? So my logon ID was learn 222, right? There's my ID. So I'm going to be using this one as my product identification. So it's important for you to put the right ID 222 here, or if it is, say, 2, then it should be 002, right? So your ID is 2, then 002 will be your product identification, right? So I have to be careful to use this RFRT 1000-222 because that's my identification number. Say, your identification number is 222 and you use, say, 220. Then that's going to create a problem for you because I will not be able to recognize your work. Rather, 220 was created for another person, I think. So it will be not your work, but another student's work. So it's important for you to put right number 222 in this case. And industry sector is retail, and it is finished product, so that's good enough. And you go to the next session. To do that, you click on this continue, right? And it brings up a few views. So one product has many facets, right? It has basic data facet, or saved portion of the facet, MRP data of the facet, forecasting, or accounting, or costing. So you name it, there are so many facets in this one product. And we are going to be learning other aspects later, but at this point we will choose only basic data and MRP 1, 2, 3, and then work scheduling, and we are going to now create views selected, and then click on this check mark, and that will create these 5 aspects of the product, and we will work with that. And the next page you will see the plant, right? So here we are going to use only one plant. There are not many plants available, so let us assume that we are going to be working with just Dallas plant 00, and we ignore Hamburg or German plants, but we'll just work with the Texas Dallas plant only. So click on that, and then choose then you chose it and you click on this check mark, then you will be able to now open those facets of the product. Then now we go to here basic data session first. So it opened work session, but I want to go to basic data 1 first. Oh, I see. It's somehow opened work scheduling first. So I'm gonna start with work scheduling for your sake. But I think normally you will have basic data 1 first. But since it opened it, I need to do this. So RFRT 1000-98, I'm gonna enter the description. The description is rich, front, standard 222. That's my identification number, so I have to enter that. And then the basic unit measures EA, and if it is grayed out, then you can just click on save, and that will save it. And you came back accidentally to the original page, then let's type on it again, RFRT 1000-222, so that we can go back. And let's see, MRP 1, 2, 3, and work scheduling, right? That's what we want to work on. Go there, and DL00 is the place that we are going to work. And it says material already maintained for this. In other words, this product is already created. So in this case, we have to go back because I already created a product before, and for the demonstration purpose, I am working on it again, and it can be a little bit confusing. So my dog is barking, but so that's a create function. So if you want to make any changes, then you go to change function here, and you can use mm02 instead, and that will allow you to change things around. So double click on that. Then even if you made a mistake before, you can come back here and change. What it is not allowing you is to delete a product. If you created a product before, then you cannot delete it. However, if you made a mistake, then you can come back using a function like this, and you can make an adjustment. So basic data, MRP 1, 2, 3, and work scheduling. These are the things that I have done. So let's go back, and I should be able to go back to basic data and show it to you from now on. I'm kind of glad that I taught you how to change things first. So a rich front standard 222 is my identification, and then EA means, if you don't understand what that means, you can click on that box that will give you more explanation. EA means each, right? So you chose each, and material groups, I go there and then choose, this is a bike group, so I chose it. And division, you go to the next, the division section, and the division I choose bicycle group. And then I want to also go to the gross weight. So gross weight is this, the gross weight of this bike is 8,510 gram. So I'm going to say gram. So this is gram. And net weight is the same with gross weight, and that's 8,510. And again, this is a gram, not kilogram, but gram. And if you have done that, you can click on save. Yeah, and let's see if you can hit save. If you hit save, it's gonna save, and then you may just go back to the original page. And here I'm making sure that I'm using MM02, so that I am making changes. But in your case, you would be just creating the product. So select the views. And oh my god, so select views, and basic data, we have just done that, MRP 1 to 3, and work scheduling. Those are the next steps that we want to do. And Dallas plant 00, that's what we are working on. And here MRP 1 is now displayed. So if you are here at MRP 1, then now you want to determine what kind of MRP process you want to put here in this section. And MRP program or MRP type is M1. So if you don't know what that is, you can go here and then see what it is. So mass production schedule fixing type -1 is the typical type that we are using. And then number 2 is planning time fence. So it's a 1, and the MRP controller that you are going to be using is only 000. One person is available here. Sometimes there could be many controllers, and you have to choose that. And then the lot size that we choose is EX, not FX. So let's go to EX. That's a lot for lot order quantity. In other words, you are creating one lot. Say one lot is 20 bikes, and then the other lot is 20 bikes. Then that much you are going to create first. And minimum lot size is 10. So you are determining that lot size to be 10. In other words, you create 10 products first at a time, and then move on to next batch, which is another 10 bikes. Then you are just deleting the fixed lot size and go to, say, MRP2, click on that, and then here you are gonna decide more in details what kind of procurement type you want to have. And X is both procurement types, meaning in-house and external procurement. So click on that, and the in-house production is the next one, and that's 1 day. And shared margin, that's 0.01, or you can see schedule margin key, what that is. I don't understand at this point this one, so let's choose 001. And the safety stock, we want to have how many bikes made already, so that say there was a disorder or a machine broke down, then the next process could continue to work. So you always want to have 100 bikes ready. That's a safety stock. And if you have done that, you are done with this MRP 2 session, and go to MRP now 3. And MRP 3, here we want to set a couple of things. The first one is enter 10 for a stretch group. So here, what is 10? 10 should be made to order, made to stock method. So let's just choose that. Let's choose this one. Strategy group 10 is make to stock production. Right, so click on that. So you chose 10 there, and then availability check is 02. It's 02, or if you want to check what that is, 02 is individual requirements rather than daily requirements. So individually you are making that. And if you have done that, now you can move over to work scheduling. And here you can, I already entered it before, but production supervisor, and there's only one, so you don't have to worry about it. So 000 is supervisor's number, and production schedule profile is 10, release and schedule. And then if you have done that, now you can save this data. So at the last step, if you are done with the work scheduling, then you can now enter or hit save. That's how you can create one product. Now the next step that you need to do is to create a third or finished product, and the assignment is that you will need to create RFRD 2000-222. That's my case. If your ID is say 220, then you have to change it to 220. But in this case, RFRD 2000, I have to create one more. And in this case, you do the same thing, except that the description is a little bit different, right? So I'm going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to go to, actually I have to go back here. So I was using MM02 immediately, but rather than, if I already created it, then I can use this function, but I have not created that yet. So I'm going to use MMF1 rather than MM02, and go here and name it RFRT 2000-222. That's what I want to create, retail finished product. So that's good. And continue. Again, basic data 1 and MRP 1, 2, 3, and then work scheduling. That's what I want to create. So, and then I know this is DL00, and go there, and here's the description, and the description is this time the rich front commuter. Okay, so that's my new description. And now I can put also 222 here to indicate that this is a new product and my product. And then basically we can do the same thing that we did with a few different information. And the first thing is that the base unit of measure is EA rather than other things. So each is the thing that we are using, EA. If you scroll down, you see that this is each. And again, this is a bike group. And here is division is bike division. And the gross weight, before we used 8,510. That was the 8,510 gram was the weight. But now this time for the second product, IFRD 2000, this is more customized design, bike, and we are going to use 9,000 grams instead of 8,510. And 9,000, and this is gram, so you go there and indicate that this is a gram. And you go to the now next facet, that is MRP1. And MRP1, most of the things are the same, but let's first indicate MRP type. Among many, we are going to go with MPS 1, and the planning time fence is 1. And MRP controller is, there's only one person, so you indicate that person, and then you come to the lot sizing. We are going to use lot for lot, which is EX, and then we go to minimum lot size, that's 10 is minimum lot size that you are using, and go to MRP2. And in MRP2 you determine your safety stock. Procurement type is X, as we did before. That's both procurement types, in-house and external house. And the in-house production is going to be usually taking 1 day, and the scheduler margin is 001. And the safety stock before, for RFRT 1000, it was 50, but I'm sorry, it was 100, but now we are gonna have it 50 because there are not as many demands than before. So this is what we are going to be using for that. And if you have done that, you click on MRP3, and MRP3 here, you want to put the strategy group. Again, it was 10, that was make to stock. If you want to check it, then you can come over here. This make to stock production, sometimes make to order, or any other, many varieties of order is available. That's what we want to do. And come to availability check, and it should be 02, which is individual requirements. Okay, and if you have done that, you are done with MRP3. Now go to work scheduling, and at work scheduling, so how are you going to handle your work? And we go to production supervisor, and supervisor is 000, only one person available there. And the schedule profile is release and schedule, and that's your schedule and how you are going to handle your work schedule. If you have done that, now you have finished you creating RFRT 2000-222, and I'm going to click on save, and I have created the second finished product. And by doing this, you have now created 2 new finished products in SAP ERP that represent 2 distinct models of the ridge front bike. In the next exercise, you will create a semi-finished wheel assembly that is used to make the ridge front standard.